Mayor Eric Garcetti visits the Cal State Northridge campus to speak more about the new mass transit program for students. In Fullerton, 2 people have been arrested on suspicion of killing 3 people in a Fullerton home. Despite the drought, fewer people in Southern California have been saving water.
This is Valley View News.
Welcome to Valley View News. I'm Jenny Vong.
And I'm Gabrielle Ortega.
California drought continues with less and less residents conserving water in the Los Angeles area. Valley View News reporter Stephanie Bedoya has more on the story.
Los Angeles residents should think twice before letting the water run in their sinks. Within recent months, Los Angeles water conservations have dropped significantly, with residents using an average 254 gallons of water per day. CSUN sustainability professor Mario Geraldo says some residents are doing their part on conserving water by taking measurements within their own homes.
Some of them are taking advantage of what the city is offering in terms of changing their lawns, for instance. That's one of them. Other people is taking measurements inside their houses, trying to decrease the amount of water they consume in terms of shorter showers or closing the faucet.
Los Angeles resident Brooke Gijos believes the city should have an improved plan to conserve water.
I know I heard through the grapevine about potential, but it's very expensive, potential things to like with seawater and like filter out and make it drinkable water. But I think overall we just need to be more conscientious that water is a finite resource and we can't just continue living kind of these like luxurious lifestyles with water.
Professor Geraldo also says that despite some changes, residents taking it is still not enough to call Los Angeles a drought-free city.
The little water that we save in our daily activities is not going to be a big change for the large picture of water needs for the state.
Many residents believe that there should be a bigger plan in conserving water. California hopes that the future plans on developing mandatory water conservations in 2017 will soon pay off. In Northridge, this is Stephanie Bedoya for Valley View News. Conserving water is still important in Los Angeles, even though last winter was a wet one.
Valley View News reporter Esther Kim interviewed CSUN's Sustainability Program Manager about the need to save water.
Welcome to Studio B. I'm Esther Kim. I'm here with the Sustainability Program Manager at Cal State Northridge, Austin Erickson. How are you doing today?
Good.
My first question is, do you think Los Angeles is experiencing a severe water shortage?
Yeah, so California's been in a drought for about 5 years now. The conditions haven't really gotten any better. We were hoping for some rain this year. That really hasn't happened. So kind of the same conditions we've been in.
Is there anything we could make it better, so to speak?
So there's been a lot of conservation goals that have been put out by the State Water Board. So Los Angeles goal was 16% reduction by 2016, January. LA's met that goal, so I think just kind of continuing with conservation goals is the best way to do it.
And I understand you're the program manager here at Cal State Northridge. What are some efforts Cal State Northridge put in for water conservation?
Yeah, so obviously water conservation has been a big thing for us over the past 2 years. We've done everything from turf removal. We've taken out over 200,000 square feet of grass, shut down irrigation to 230,000 square feet. We've been working with different companies to try alternative water conservation methods. There's several different things, but one of the more innovative ones has been a hydrogel, which we're injecting underneath the grass.
Is there any improvement in water conservation from Cal State Northridge since last year?
Yeah, so all of those projects, the baseline for water conservation is going to be 2013. So using all those projects, we've been able to do about a 22% reduction, which is 55 million gallons a year. So we've been doing a lot.
Is there anything, do you think there will be more improvement in 2017?
Yeah, so we're not going to really stop our water conservation projects. We're going to keep going with turf removal, planting drought-tolerant native plants. So those are kind of the big pushes.
Okay. Well, this is kind of gearing a little bit off to the side. Would you like to see any laws changing in the state of California or in Los Angeles specifically?
I don't know if there's a specific law that would do a whole lot, but I think the best thing to do would be to set those conservation goals, kind of making them more strict as the years go by. Because as population grows, our water demand is going to grow, so as long as we keep cutting back our conservation goals, we'll hopefully be able to make a dent.
And what are some things you'd advise the viewers to do to help with the water conservation?
So if you're on campus, we urge you to call 2222 if you ever see a leak or any sort of water issue on campus, to let us know, because there's a lot more of you guys that are out there than there are of us. So that's helpful. At home, obviously, water conservation, check for leaks, same thing, and kind of be an advocate. So let people know that there's a water shortage and let them know what they should be doing.
Thank you for joining. This has been the Sustainability Program Manager, Austin Erickson, here at Cal State Northridge. I'm Esther Kim. Back to you.
Millennials in the U.S. have the lowest voter turnouts of any age group. That's according to the Pew Research. Valley View News reporter Celine Zavala looks into why some young voters might be staying home this election.
This upcoming 2016 presidential election is an unusual one for the American public. Major party candidates like Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton have the highest unfavorable rates in history. First-time voters say this election has been somewhat controversial. Max Goosen, a CSUN student, says voting for his registered party does not align with his set beliefs. The two major party nominees are different than any candidate we have ever seen before.
Because I feel like neither of the two main presidential candidates really fit into my certain set of beliefs. I'm a registered Republican, but yet Donald Trump doesn't represent my core Republican beliefs. So I have to find someone, an alternative, who comes closer to what I believe in.
But not everyone believes in voting for a third-party candidate. Jennifer DeMaio, a CSUN political science professor, says her students have expressed not voting at all because they don't agree with any of the running nominees.
I have 138 students. So I asked them, of you who are eligible to vote, about 90% of the class were eligible to vote. Of you who are eligible to vote, how many are actually going to vote? And about 10% said that they were going to vote. And I was astonished. And so I followed up that question and I said, well, why is it that you're not going to turn out to vote? And some of them said it was the process, the Electoral College and all that that's keeping them from voting. But the majority of the people not voting said that they didn't find either candidate appealing and were going to stay home because of that.
The 2016 presidential election is nearly 2 months away, and first-time voters will have their chance to make a change. Whether that means staying home this November or going to the ballots, one thing is for sure, this election is an interesting one. In Northridge, I'm Celine Zavala, Valley View News.
An increase of stolen bicycles in Newport Beach has brought attention to the police department. Valley View News reporter Jenny Vong has more information on the story.
Newport Beach has been hit by a rash of bicycle thieves. The police department posted on Facebook that 27 bikes were reported stolen in August. 7 of the bikes were taken from garages that were left open or not locked. The public information officer says the crimes took place in different parts of Newport Beach. As an extra precaution, police encourage bike riders to lock their bicycles and leave them where they can keep an eye on them. Newport Beach residents can license their bikes for $2 at the police department or any fire stations. Police can then match found bicycles with the serial numbers of their rightful owners.
You should always have a lock with you. Always want to lock your bikes, either together or to something. No matter if you're going to be gone for 5 minutes or an hour, just lock them up somewhere.
Thieves can be reported at 949-644-3717 or at nbpd.org. In Newport Beach, this is Jenny Vong reporting for Valley View News. Black history officially has a new prominent place at the Smithsonian. The first national museum devoted to the history and culture of African Americans is now open. President Obama opened the Smithsonian's 19th museum with a 30-minute speech on the National Mall. The push for the museum began in 1915 with African American Civil War veterans looking for a way to honor America's Black experience. The bronze-hued building has more than 36,000 artifacts to memorialize and honor the triumphs of African Americans. Anyone wanting to visit the museum will have to wait until next year. Pre-reserved tickets for the museum have been sold out through the rest of 2016.
Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti had a press conference about a new transportation program on the Cal State Northridge campus. The mayor joined Metro transportation officials alongside the university president to speak about the new U-Pass program. U-Pass combines a student's university ID with a Metro tap card for $95.
Students can sign up for it on the Northridge website, they get a discount, further even a discount, because Northridge is paying for 60% of the pass. So instead of paying $43 a month for the student reduced fare, they're actually only paying $95 for the whole semester, which is 5 months.
Mayor Garcetti endorsed Measure M that will be on the upcoming November ballot. The goal is to cut traffic in the San Fernando Valley and the CSUN campus.
If we don't pass Measure M, things don't get any better. But if you vote, it's not just the national elections. You know, a lot of people are focused on the presidential election, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump. But think about it. Your life every day is about the traffic that you're in. If you want to reduce traffic, have more public transportation right here in San Fernando Valley, register to vote and vote yes on Measure M.
Students can purchase a U-Pass ID on their CSUN portal.
California is taking a new step to discourage young people from smoking. Valley View News' Rivette Sorrell has more on a measure, signed into law recently by Governor Jerry Brown.
On May 4, 2016, Governor Jerry Brown signed a pack of bills that raised the smoking age in California from 18 to 21. These bills also limit the use of electronic cigarettes in public spaces and expand non-smoking areas at public schools.
In reality, students and kids are still going to get their hands on it, so it's going to be interesting in the long run to see what actually does happen. I believe that maybe there should be more implementation of programs or school based classrooms where they should teach about safeties of smoking and stuff like that.
Brown's signature makes California the second state in the nation to raise the tobacco age to 21, following Hawaii. The concern about 18-year-olds being able to serve in the military and not buy tobacco products led to an exemption for people in active military service, also arguing that smokers under the age of 21 will still find a way to get their hands on tobacco. Research suggests that people between the ages of 18 and 21 are much more susceptible to developing a smoking habit than those who start smoking later on in life. High school students are less likely to have a friend in the 21-plus age range, making tobacco just as difficult to acquire as alcohol. The intention here is to dramatically reduce the number of smoking-related deaths. In Northridge, Rivette Sorrell, Valley View News.
The FBI says that 2015 saw a major increase in killings and other violent crimes across the nation. The FBI report is based on information supplied by local law enforcement agencies through the Bureau's Uniform Crime Reporting Program. Murder and manslaughter jumped 10%, and violent crime overall rose by 4%. FBI Director James Comey says that violent crime surges in some cities may be a result of public's criticism of law enforcement. He says we need better, more informed conversations about crime and policing. The report came just hours before the first debate between presidential nominees Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
With the recent crime increase in and around the CSUN campus, some students worry about their safety. On Sunday, 2 people were shot at an apartment complex across the street from CSUN dorms. And Friday, a former student was arrested after threatening people on campus with a sledgehammer. Valley View News' Abriel Preciado talked with students to get their reaction.
Just make sure that you're aware of your surroundings, and if anyone looks suspicious or out of place, to just keep an eye on them, or if you're out late, make sure that you walk with someone.
They have these blue light posts here that you're not gonna go to, but at the same time it's I don't know how fast they will respond, and I don't really see much security or cops around here, so at the same time anything could happen, because all it takes is 5 seconds for me to lose my life, so it's a 50-50. Sometimes I do feel safe and sometimes I don't.
Just call 911 and it goes directly to CSUN's dispatch. So it's helped. There's changes being put in effect and stuff to help keep our students safe and everybody on campus safe and around.
Fullerton police have arrested 2 suspects in a triple murder. 21-year-old Josh Acosta and 25-year-old Frank Felix are facing charges of killing 3 people in a Fullerton home. Police found 2 men and 1 woman dead at the scene, with 2 children unharmed. The victims were William Boucher, Christopher Yost, and Jennifer Goodwill Yost. Police went to the scene after a child called them and said her parents were dead. U.S. and South Korean naval forces have conducted joint exercises near North Korea's border. An American destroyer joined South Korean ships, submarines, and aircraft in a naval operation in the East Sea, also known as the Sea of Japan. The commander of the U.S. Naval Forces in the area says the training showed the ability of the American military allies to defend against North Korea's aggression.
Up next on Valley View News, CSUN decides to increase the price for parking.
The Los Angeles Dodgers are heading to the postseason after clinching their third consecutive National League West Division title.
And the MLB mourns over the death of Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Can't let him make a... Dude, you better not be illegally downloading movies again. I don't want a virus on my computer. Seriously.
Yes!
Got it.
They got it. What an idiot.
When you rip off copyrighted material, someone could be ripping you off.
Where's my money?
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Drop that baby.
The cost of parking a car on the CSUN campus has gone up. As Valley View's Keisha Phillips reports, many students are unhappy about it.
Parking permit prices for Cal State Northridge students are on the rise as school is already underway for the fall 2016 semester. A $9 increase for this semester's parking permits has been implemented, and an increase on daily parking passes. According to CSUN's Vice President of Administration and Finance, this is a recent collaboration with LA Metro and is an attempt for students to transition to public transportation. The money will go towards extending bus schedules for students with night classes. Here's what one CSUN student had to say.
Honestly, I don't like it because parking's still packed, so it really didn't make a difference, but make more people lose more money. And I feel like if they are charging extra money, they should do something about it, like make another parking structure over here or something.
As young adults, we're trying to make a living here on campus, off campus, whatever your situation is. It's just important for us to just keep that money in our pocket.
CSUN students may continue to complain throughout the semester about the parking situation until improvements are made to benefit them. Keisha Phillips in Northridge, Valley View News.
And here is Sophie Ashley with more on sports.
It's time for Dodger baseball. The Dodgers have clinched their third straight title in the National League West. Sunday marked the last home game of the Dodgers' regular season. It was also the final Dodgers Stadium broadcast of the legendary voice of the Dodgers, Vin Scully. Fans chanted "Vin" throughout the game. Every starting lineup batter tipped their cap as a salute to Vin Scully. Miami Marlins star pitcher Jose Fernandez has been killed in a boating accident. The 24-year-old ace and two other men were found dead after their boat apparently crashed into a rocky jetty in Miami. Outside Marlins Park, tributes from fans and players across baseball poured out for the popular star. Fernandez won the National League Rookie of the Year award in 2013 and was a two-time All-Star. The Marlins drafted him in 2011. He had defected from Cuba in 2008 after 3 failed attempts. The entire Marlins team wore Fernandez's number 16 to honor their teammate. Golf legend Arnold Palmer has died in a hospital in Pittsburgh. A statement from Palmer's company says he passed away after awaiting heart surgery. He was 87. Palmer was known as the King and won more than 90 golf tournaments during his professional golf career. That includes the Masters 4 times, the U.S. Open in 1960, and the British Open in 1961. Palmer was also the first golfer to make $1 million from playing the game. That's all for sports. Back to Gabrielle and Jenny.
When we come back, a 90s boy band is making their comeback.
The popular trend of food on wheels is increasing Angelino's appetite.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Now let's go to Katerina Christofis with the latest in entertainment news.
Thank you. One of Hollywood's most famous power couples is splitting up after just 2 years of marriage. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are filing for divorce. Jolie is citing unsolvable differences and requested full custody of their 6 children. The couple has had a controversial and highly publicized relationship for years. However, they've only been married since August of 2014. Jolie has not commented on the divorce, but Pitt says what matters most is the well-being of their children. Backstreet is back. The Backstreet Boys will head to Las Vegas for a long run at the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. The 1990s act will consist of 18 shows scheduled from March to July of next year. The show is named after their 1999 hit, Larger Than Life. The announcement comes just days after Mariah Carey announced her 2-year residency at Caesars Palace. Tickets will go on sale in October. The Magnificent Seven topped the box office over the weekend. The remake of a 1960 Western movie came in first place by earning about $35 million. Anton Fuqua directed this film, starring Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and Ethan Hawke. Fuqua also directed Training Day and The Equalizer. The movie is recognized for having a diverse cast. The cast involves a Mexican, an Asian, a Native American, and a mountain man who is said to resemble a homicidal Santa Claus. An animated movie, Storks, came in second place in the box office. That's all for entertainment. Now back to you guys.
Now that sounds magnificent.
I'd rather see the Backstreet Boys.
Me too.
Some Yahoo users are suing the company over their fear accounts have been hacked in a major security breach in 2014. 2 lawsuits were filed against Yahoo in U.S. District Court in San Diego. They accuse the company of being negligent in both security and business practices. The complaint alleges Yahoo took a long period of time uncovering the 2014 breach, and users remained at risk of identity theft.
Wells Fargo Bank may have been aware of fake customer accounts as far back as 2007. That's far earlier than originally thought. It was recently learned that Wells Fargo employees had created more than 2 million fake accounts. They reportedly did it to make sales quotas. Over 5,000 people have been fired by Wells Fargo since the scheme was revealed. 2 congressional hearings have been called.
Snapchat has announced its very first hardware product called Spectacles. The pair of sunglasses with a built-in wireless camera can record up to 30 seconds of video. Snapchat has also decided to change its company name. It has dropped the word chat and will now be known simply as Snap Incorporated. The popular app will still be called Snapchat.
The industry of food trucks has rapidly expanded in recent years. Valley View News reporter Trevor Edwards has more on these restaurants on wheels.
Food trucks have become more popular in recent years than ever before. The notion of these trucks serving cheap, greasy food is one that is now in the past. Enter an event like the Granada Hills Grub Fest, a weekly gathering of countless food trucks serving a wide variety of cuisine. People from all over the San Fernando Valley flock to the event every Friday night, with food ranging from things like traditional street tacos, ice cream, and boba, to guilty pleasures like the truck The Deli Doctor, serving up things like bacon garlic parmesan fries and a heart attack burger. There is something here to satisfy any kind of appetite. Some of the locals say why they love going to food truck events.
It's really cool. It's got a lot of variety for different people and different types of food. And it's a fun, free event that everybody can enjoy. And yeah, I love it.
Food in general, mostly nachos. That is the most important thing in this entire world is nachos.
Live music performed throughout the night and a pet-friendly atmosphere help truly make eating from these mobile restaurants a community event. Chris Leone of the Los Tamaleros truck describes how even she has noticed how popular this industry has become.
I didn't know how big of a deal a food truck was until I started working on one, and now there's so many events.
At around $1.2 billion, and with over 4,000 food trucks in the U.S., it doesn't look like this trend is going to slow down anytime soon. Reporting in Granada Hills, this is Trevor Edwards, Valley View News.
That's all for Valley View News. I'm Jenny Vong.
And I'm Gabrielle Ortega. Thanks for watching and have a good week.